So I learned how to make this type of Yerba Maté tea in Alachua, Florida, while I was doing a yoga teacher training. And the chef who taught me how to make it, or he made it all the time, and then I guess I just watched and learned how. His name's Ruchi, and he's from Argentina. But he's also Hare Krishna. And so Yerba Maté tea comes from Latin America, and he made it a special way because of Indian traditions that he brings into his life, where he uses cardamom as seasoning. So, Yerba Maté, which can be found most reasonably priced and most delicious, you can get at any Latin market. And how I like to make it is I go ahead and figure out how many cups of tea I'm making. So I'm going to make broth and make you a cup of tea, my mother and myself. You're leaving. So I'll take 3 cups of water. And I just want to boil the 3 cups of water, not to go over. And I like to use almond milk, and a lot of it to top it off. So I don't like to fill the cup all the way up with water, so I'm not going to use it all. Put them on to boil, and before the water boils, I like to make it really strong. And so if there are 3 cups, then I like to get 3 heaping tablespoons of the mate tea in the water, and then 1 more. That looks right. You can do a taste. So we're going to let that boil. Get out my other ingredients. Would be almond milk. Almond breeze in these lovely, in the half-gallon containers is the least expensive. And almond milk is really good for you. And I like to sweeten the mate with turbinado sugar, which is natural sugar or raw sugar, or use sucanat, which is an alternative sweetener. And I like to make it pretty sweet. I like to do about almost a leveled, a little bit higher than leveled tablespoon of the sugar for each cup. And again, this is to taste if you want it sweeter, if you want it less sweet. And that was turbinado. Good. And cardamom, a little bit. Smells really good if you get it fresh.
I think I should be more interactive. I think I should do the whole introduction and everything, like when I start it.
Should we start over?
No. I'm just going to put all this on there. It's going to be a progression, you know?
Yeah. Well, so I don't know how much this is. Beautiful. Can you see it?
Yeah, come closer with it.
I don't want it to spill. This stuff is like gold. It's super expensive.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So
It's like a brown powder.
it's like a brown powder. So I put one of those. I'll put a little bit more. But
Oh, you put it right into the glass.
into the glass.
Or the mug.
And again, I do this by taste, and so I think this stuff is just amazing, and I like to taste it. I don't want it to be subtle. I want to taste the cardamom in it, not say.
And where did you get your cardamom again?
I got this stuff from, there's like an all-natural Whole Foods like place in Gainesville, Florida called Ward's, and I got it in the bulk section, so it was...
Are there different types that you know of or anything? Or they basically just, in the bulk section, had cardamom?
Are there different types of cardamom?
pods.
For the pods. So ground cardamom.
There is Turkish cardamom seeds. That's a whole.
You don't even have to touch it. I don't know why I'm touching it right now. Fidgeting. And then you wait.
Okay, so we'll take a pause.
Take a pause.
Yeah.
Okay, right now the mate is boiling, and that's a good time for you to turn the stove off. Otherwise, it'll boil everywhere. Let that chill for a little bit. You need one of these, a little tea strainer.
Tea strainer?
Fine tea strainer.
And so then you're letting it cool off a little bit before you pour it in the mugs?
I just, yeah, let the boil go back down on its own. I can take it off the hot skillet.
So you bring it to a boil, take it off the skillet, let it cool a little bit, and then pour it through a tea strainer.
And then pour it through a tea strainer.
Again, tea strainer looks like this. It's too bad cameras
Each
can't
latte
transfer
looks
smells.
So if you notice, I leave like a good 1.5 inches room in the cup, and that's where the almonds milk. And you can get vanilla flavored almond milk, which is actually a really good substitute for sugar. I did that when I ran out of sugar, and it sweetens the tea really low. Really
Most of the
lovely.
vanilla flavors have sugar in them or corn syrup or something.
Corn syrup, really? Well, we
High-
want to
high-
avoid
high
avoid
fructose.
corn syrup. A little bit more of these.
Depends on which brand you get, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought all corn syrup was bad for you.
No, I mean with the almond milk.
Ew. Plop that back in there.
I read an article saying that corn syrup doesn't spike your blood sugar as much as like regular sugar, though.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Well,
But
here's some
I think
vanilla.
it's bad for the economy and all sorts of things.
And in this Blue Diamond Natural Almond Breeze, the sweetener is evaporated cane juice, and of course almonds themselves are naturally sweet.
Have you ever made your own almond milk?
No. You told me once how to do it. I tried to make almond milk once, and I soaked the almonds. This is how not to make almond milk, right? I soaked the almonds, and then I left town for a couple days. And yeah, I'm not sure if I drained the water out of them or if I just left them sitting in the water. But when I came back, there was a whole colony of molds. Something tells me I was supposed to refrigerate it or something.
Yeah, at some point we'll do an almond milk video. All right, so now you just add the almond milk to that.
And you just add the almond milk, stir up the cardamom, stir up the sugar. Nice shirt. Nice color. Okay, here we go. Something I noticed about this stuff, this particular, I think it's just this particular brand or strain of tea, but if you leave this sitting out on the counter, you know, like you drink only part of it and then you forget about it until the next day, turns this really, really awesome swampy green color.
Did you drink it after that?
Anyway, so that's the mate. That's what it looks like.
All right,
You want to try it?
we'll try it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut. Thanks once again to Kat Elizabeth.
Wait, careful, it's hot.
Kat Elizabeth for demonstrating to us how to make his milk.
Wait, cheers.
Cheers. Delicious.